My wife and I have 2 kids, a young toddler and an older toddler. We're done having kids. We've both taken steps to make that permanent. Now my wife wants to have cosmetic surgery because she's unhappy with how her body has changed since having kids. To be clear, I think she's gorgeous. I don't think she needs to change anything. And I let her know that I think she looks great, is still desirable, etc. However, she is self-conscious about how she looks. The way she's explained it to me is that she doesn't recognize her body and doesn't feel like herself. In a way, I can relate. I was in a car accident where a bunch of my teeth broke and I messed up my jaw. I hated looking in the mirror or smiling until I got my teeth and jaw fixed. So I see where she's coming from, and I want her to feel good about herself. The issue for us is finances. Unfortunately, my wife's issues are cosmetic only and don't interfere with her health, so the healthcare system won't cover it. We've tried. Even if she went to America or another country to see any kind of reputable surgeon, here or abroad, costs much more than we can afford. The bare minimum my wife wants is a tummy tuck and a breast lift, but there are other things such as liposuction, breast reconstruction and augmentation, or other procedures she wants to have as well. We don't have anywhere near close to the money needed for the surgery. My wife's sister is an otolaryngologist. She earns something like 6 to 7 times the average salary for where we live. She makes more than what a house costs here several times over. Even when she bought her house, it was bought outright in cash. She's well off, lives alone, and has no dependents. So my wife asked her for a loan, or if she could pay for the surgery. Her sister said no. All 3 times my wife asked. It upset my wife. I hate seeing my wife like this, so I tried talking to her sister. However, her sister was just angry at me for interfering. I don't think it is interfering when it involves my wife, and given that what we're asking is a drop in the bucket for my wife's sister, I don't see why she would say no, since she claims to love my wife. Am I the idiot here? Now my wife's sister is angry at both of us. We don't think we did anything wrong. OP, you didn't do anything wrong? You feel entitled to someone else's money just because they're well off and don't know how to accept no for an answer. Grow the heck up, dude, and don't expect people to give you money or a loan for cosmetic surgery just because you're family. Let alone argue about it after you've already been told no. That's just stupid. You are the idiot. You're not entitled to your sister-in-law's money. She doesn't owe you anything. She doesn't have to pay you anything. The absolute gall. Your wife can get therapy, or a job, or hey, if you think her elective cosmetic surgery is so essential, you can get more jobs and pay for it for her. Have some dignity and stop begging for money. Imagine harassing someone to pay to have your tits done. The audacity of some people. Wild. Dude, your elevator doesn't go to the top floor. Yeah, imagine a man harassing someone to get his wife's tits done after she's been told no 3 times. I can understand asking 1 time for vital surgery for a child, but 3 demands for cosmetic stuff? Such entitlement. Good luck with the aging process. OP isn't a man. He and his wife are leeches. And if the sister gave in, imagine how many more requests would OP and his wife line up right behind it. Kids need this. We deserve a family vacation. You have so much money. It's just not fair you're not sharing. Blah, blah, blah. And they would have now learned that they'll get what they want just by harassing the heck out of her. Leave your sister-in-law alone before you completely burn that bridge. I'm getting married this year and asked a close high school friend to be in my wedding party. We've been friends for a long time, see each other almost every other week, and generally get along super well and have never fought until now. Since high school, she's always been a yo-yo dieter and will cycle through gaining weight and losing weight. This is something that I've never talked to her about, nor do I have a strong opinion about it as it's her body. The most I get involved is that when she brings up trying to exercise more, I'll invite her out on hikes with me, walks, etc. When I asked her to be my bridesmaid, she was ecstatic, and everything was great until she mentioned to me that she bought her bridesmaid dress 3 sizes smaller than her current size. She said that my wedding was going to be a great motivator to lose weight. 3 sizes was quite aggressive in my opinion, as it would put her in a weight that she hasn't even been in since college. I didn't say anything though, as I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. After a couple of months of seeing no progress though, I quietly bought her the same exact dress in a larger size. Come this past week, she called me in tears, saying that she didn't think she could fit into her bridesmaid dress and felt horrible for ruining the dress code. The one she picked was now sold out, and she was panicking that she couldn't get another dress in time. It was at this time that I mentioned I actually bought her the same dress in a different size and was happy to gift it to her free of charge since she already paid for the first one. When she heard this, she blew up and accused me of being a bad friend for never believing in her. She said that my doubt was offensive and that I must have been planning for this to happen. I told her that I just cared about her and obviously wouldn't have mentioned the dress if she had lost the weight. But she herself brought it up that she couldn't fit in her current dress, so I wasn't sure what she's mad about. She's now threatening to drop out of the wedding party, and some of our mutual friends think I was kind of an idiot for not being supportive enough. But I also don't know what they expected me to do either. She's now threatening to drop out of the wedding party? Well, tell her you're sorry she feels that way, and that you're accepting she needs time to process this, that you hope once she does so, she'll still want to be in the wedding party, but that you'll understand if she feels otherwise. And then go on with your life, with her in it or out of it. Just don't fall for the drama trap with more drama. I think you've been a thoughtful and considerate friend. You are not the idiot. I think it was lovely of OP to quietly purchase the backup dress and not seek reimbursement when Plan B was actually needed. The true path to wedding happiness is knowing that plans will go astray, but having backup plans so you can roll with the punches. The bridesmaid is crazy to blame her inability to lose a fantastic amount of weight on OP. OP did nothing to discourage her, but just was realistic and covered all bases. Before OP's suggestion, she actually felt horrible for ruining the dress code. Oh God, she's gonna make your entire wedding day about her if that was her reaction. What's the point of even calling you, the bride, to stress you out about something that's not your fault and you can't change? How selfish of her. Better to drop her, period. I, 26 male, live with my partner, 24 female, in the UK. For rent, bills, and groceries, we split the cost 50-50. My girlfriend tends to go grocery shopping with her parents when they go, as a way to spend some time with them. I offer to go, but she says she's fine going. We make a list prior to her going and have a budget that we try to stick to. Sometimes it's hard if food goes up in price, but we both understand that that can happen, and both are fine paying a bit more due to increased prices. The problem I had last week was my girlfriend went shopping with her mom and ended up buying a lot of things that weren't on a list. Some of this was for both of us, but still things I didn't particularly want, and some were just for her. She then told me the price of the shop, and it was £25 each more expensive. We do our grocery shopping every 2 weeks, so if she keeps doing things, it'll be £50 a month extra that I don't think I should be paying. I told her I didn't want to pay the extra just because she decided to buy a lot of things that weren't on the list. She got annoyed and mentioned that most of it was for both of us, but I just pointed out that you can't buy something for someone else and just expect them to pay without asking them before getting it. She said it's unfair to expect her to cover the complete increase because it might leave her short on money this month. I just repeated that I shouldn't be expected to pay more because she saw some extra things she wanted. I said she could have phoned me before buying them to check if I was okay with it. She said she shouldn't have to run every purchase by me, but I just said that if it involves my money, then yeah, she does. She got annoyed and said we were supposed to be a team and that I was being selfish. Am I the idiot for refusing to pay more for the grocery shopping? Edit. She got some food and alcohol that we didn't need. Then for herself, it was some food I didn't like and some toiletries and skincare products. You are the idiot. If you don't want to allow your girlfriend, someone you're living with because I imagine you love her, the freedom to purchase some extras for the house and some for her that you don't like, then why don't you simply go shopping for yourself? Stop giving her money to do shopping and shop for yourself. That way, she's free to shop without worrying about being fussed at by you. And you're free to buy exactly what you need, nothing more, and not have to pay 25 pounds extra once. That's the kicker here. This was a one-time thing, and you're going off the deep end about it. Calm down. Not the idiot. I feel like many people in this thread don't know the value of 50 pounds in buying terms and income in the UK, and are maybe judging it like it's $50. It's incredibly frustrating when you're trying to budget and make a list within the budget, and the other person goes wildly off list and expects you to pay for half. And then you're called ungenerous, controlling, and not a partner for objecting when you're being the financially responsible one. I've been in a relationship where that was happening, genders reversed, and it was so hard. I mean, yeah, I also wanted to buy nice stuff, but we needed to keep money for bills. She's buying her skincare in the supermarket. She's absolutely not playing rich. Oh, and I bet she eats less than him. So why should they split 50-50? They're a couple, and she'll also pay for products that are only for him. Why even have a relationship if you can't deal with the 50-pound extra in a whole month? It's not like she did this on purpose or is planning on doing this regularly. I hope the girlfriend gets her stuff and moves out soon, so OP gets to keep all his money and spends it on his favorite person, himself. OP, you are the idiot. I'm sorry, OP, but you sound exhausting to live with. There are always weeks when the shopping will become more expensive. For example, buying cleaning products, toiletries, etc. I hope you and your 25 pounds live happily ever after. I, 27 female, was obese throughout my childhood and teenage years. It was because food was my comfort then. My obesity came with many health concerns. I was always sick, and I was so weak that I couldn't walk more than 30 minutes, and I couldn't wear a padded coat because its weight made my shoulder hurt. I was 5'2" and almost 200 pounds. My health deteriorated really fast, so I decided to lose weight. I lost 90 pounds but gained 35 pounds because I had depression. It had nothing to do with diet, but it started because I was so stressed about my GPA in uni and also was homesick. After I graduated, my depression didn't go away, and it was a really tough year for me. I recently started to lose weight again, and surprisingly, eating healthy and going to the gym helped me lose 10 pounds and saved me from depression. Later, my doctor told me one of my reasons for weight gain was related to depression and hormones, so losing weight was actually a good choice for my mental health and encouraged me to stay fit. My husband, 28, was such a blessing through all of this. We've been married for over a year and dated for 2 years. He was a rock for all my hard times. He's actually from an unhealthy and obese family, and the only one that didn't come out as obese because he never liked eating and enjoyed sports. He does not like eating because he has a sensitive gut and some allergies. Last month, we went for a visit to my in-laws. I started intermittent fasting, which worked wonders for me. I didn't eat breakfast usually, so it's not a really big deal for me. But it became a problem when I didn't eat late-night snacks at my in-laws' house and went out jogging with my husband in the morning. My sister-in-law, 35, accused me of being anorexic, which I'm definitely not. And she constantly called me out for fat phobia and anti-body positivity. She also said I was a bad influence on her kids, who are also morbidly obese, even at a young age. It annoyed me, but I just let it slide. But then one of her teenage daughters, Lisa, reached out to me and asked if she could lose weight too. Apparently her mother said she should never bend to society's prejudice and lose weight, but Lisa disagreed. So I gave her some basic advice. Cut back on sugar intake, including soda, juice, chocolate, and cookies. Eat more greens, take a walk, and try to go to the gym if she can. And I gave her some recipes for quick and delicious diet-friendly food. Simple salads, poke bowls, and some desserts. When my sister-in-law heard it, she lost it. She called me some dirty names, and I should stop hating plus-size people and work on my ED. I became so annoyed that I told her no. I don't hate overweight people. I respect them. But I'm afraid of being obese because it's generally unhealthy, and it was personally damaging to my health and mentality. After that, basically, almost all my in-laws are telling me I'm in the wrong and should apologize and also get some therapy for my non-existent ED. I just don't know what to do. Am I the idiot? Tell her you don't hate plus-sized people, just plus-sized idiots. You are not the idiot. I hate bad parents. Sister-in-law stopping her kid from getting healthier. I can understand a parent not wanting their kid to diet in the fad diet sense, but how on earth do you object to eating healthy foods and getting some exercise? Yeah, it also sounds like sister-in-law is projecting her own ED and insecurities on OP and her kids, in addition to jealousy. It's good to be body positive, but when it reaches a point where it's detrimental to your own and your children's health, you've gone too far. Parents should encourage their children to live healthy and not be mad when they want to eat more green and exercise. Oh dear, tell your sister-in-law to be the bigger person and stop nagging you about your weight. You're a savior to your niece Lisa. Thank God she has you and is comfortable enough to reach out to you like she did. Obesity is very unhealthy. Your sister-in-law is a bad parent, in my honest opinion. I can't believe that a mother would actually be encouraging her teen to become or stay obese, especially when she doesn't want that. Terrible parents and family, and your partner should step in. Stop interacting with your family-in-law and let your partner deal with his family. He should correct them, not you. Would I be the idiot if I photoshopped the color of my sister-in-law's dress in my wedding photos? My husband and I recently got married, and it was hands down one of the best days ever. Everything went off without a hitch, except one thing. My sister-in-law wore a long white dress to the wedding. It did have a slight pattern to it, but it was very obviously white, and it looks off in pictures. Her family told her many times not to wear white, but she did it anyway. I never said anything about it so as not to start drama, but I just feel as though it was a waste of energy to let that get to me. My main issue is how the photos turned out. The pictures look off, and it's distracting to see two long white dresses, especially with the way we were positioned. I'd like to Photoshop it to a blush or champagne color so we can display the pictures in that way. It wouldn't be a dramatic change. Would I be the idiot since I never said anything, or should I just do it? The funny thing is she got married a few months after us and didn't include me in any of the pictures. Not the idiot. I would have had her removed from the wedding. She certainly wouldn't have been allowed in photos. She's the idiot. Everyone knows not to wear white to a wedding unless it's requested. Since she didn't include you in any of the pictures, you can do the same. Good for you ignoring her at the wedding. I would erase her from all the pictures but for one, and then Photoshop her dress in olive green, navy, and brown. Camo pattern. Then people can claim they can't see her because she's hiding. It'll be hilarious watching her try and complain without admitting that she was doing the worst thing. Do it, babe. If she feels slighted by this, just mention, "Oh, people have been asking about your white dress during the wedding, and I don't want people to have a negative opinion about you. Don't worry, I have your back." Very passive-aggressive, but it hits the bullseye. You are a trooper, OP. My brother's best friend's wife wore a long white dress with a print to their wedding. Fortunately, my sister-in-law is awesome and brushed it off, so it's a funny memory we all laugh about. However, she wasn't in major pics. Your sister-in-law broke wedding etiquette, and you're paying for the photographer. If you want to be nice, keep a couple of originals, but I would certainly customize the rest if not all of them. You already gave her grace by brushing it off during your day. Unfortunately, wearing a long white dress at your wedding was an argument she was ready to have. Ew, I'm a sister-in-law, and I would never do this.